The brightest stars shine in the darkest skies is more than a metaphor. It's a profound truth about human resilience and the incredible power of hope. Life isn't meant to be smooth sailing. It's a series of challenges, triumphs, failures, and lessons. And yet, it's in our darkest moments that we often uncover our greatest strength. When all seems lost, when the weight of the world feels unbearable, that's when we learn what we are truly capable of achieving. Think of the night sky. During the day, the stars are always there, but we can't see them. It's only when the sun sets and darkness envelops the world that the stars reveal themselves in all their brilliance. Similarly, our inner light, the strength, courage, and determination we carry within, often emerges when life feels the darkest. Helen Keller, who overcame immense challenges to inspire millions, once said, "Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it." Adversity has a way of shaping us into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate individuals. When we face difficulties, we are forced to dig deep, to confront our fears, and to find solutions. We begin to discover reserves of resilience and creativity we never knew we possessed. These are the moments that define us, not the times when everything goes perfectly, but the times when everything falls apart, and we decide to rise anyway. The stories of the most successful and influential people in history often have a common theme. They encountered tremendous hardship and chose not to give up. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his repeated failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This perspective that even failures are steps towards success can be transformative. When we experience our own dark skies, it's easy to feel isolated and overwhelmed. But it's important to remember that struggle is universal. Everyone, no matter how successful or seemingly happy, has endured pain, loss, or hardship. What sets people apart is how they respond to these moments. Will you allow the darkness to consume you, or will you let it reveal your inner light? One of the most powerful tools in navigating challenging times is perspective. When we shift our focus from the problem to the possibility, everything changes. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, wrote in his book Man's Search for Meaning that when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. This doesn't mean denying the reality of pain or pretending everything is okay. It means choosing to find meaning, growth, or purpose even in the midst of difficulty. Sometimes it's the small moments of beauty that help us find our way. A kind word from a friend, the warmth of the sun on our face, or even the simple act of taking a deep breath can remind us that life, despite its challenges, is still worth living. These little moments are like those stars in the sky, small but steady sources of light that guide us forward. Hope is another essential ingredient. Even when the path ahead is unclear, hope allows us to take the next step. It whispers, "This is not the end of your story. Keep going." Hope doesn't promise that things will be easy, but it assures us that brighter days are possible. It's like a compass pointing us toward the light, even when we can't see it yet. Gratitude is equally transformative. When we're in the midst of struggle, it might feel counterintuitive to focus on what's going well. But gratitude has a way of shifting our mindset from scarcity to abundance, from despair to possibility. It reminds us of the blessings we still have and the strength we've already demonstrated. Oprah Winfrey put it perfectly: be thankful for what you have, you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. In our darkest moments, it's crucial to remind ourselves that we are not defined by our circumstances. Our worth doesn't depend on our achievements or failures, but on who we are at our core. And at that core is a strength more powerful than any obstacle we could face. When life feels overwhelming, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what is this challenge teaching me? How can I grow from this experience? Who can I reach out to for support? Sometimes the act of asking these questions can open up possibilities we hadn't considered. It's also important to be kind to yourself. Struggles can take a toll on our mental, emotional, and physical well-being, and it's okay to admit that we need rest or help. Taking care of ourselves is not a sign of weakness, it's a form of courage. It's saying, I value myself enough to prioritize my well-being, even in the midst of difficulty. As you navigate your own challenges, remember that every storm eventually passes. The night may be long, but dawn always comes. And when it does, you'll emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. You'll look back on the darkness not with fear, but with gratitude for the lessons it taught you and the strength it revealed. Let me leave you with this thought: life's darkest moments are not the end of your story. They are the chapters that build your resilience, the tests that reveal your courage, and the crucibles that forge your character. So when you face the darkness, don't despair. Look up, find the stars, and remember they shine brightest when the night is at its darkest. Every setback is a setup for a comeback is not just a phrase, it's a mantra for resilience, a rallying cry for anyone who has ever felt defeated, and a reminder that adversity can be the seed of greatness. Life doesn't always go as planned. In fact, it often seems to take unexpected turns that leave us feeling lost, frustrated, or even hopeless. But what if we could see those setbacks not as barriers, but as opportunities to rise stronger than before? Setbacks are inevitable. No one escapes life without experiencing failure, disappointment, or hardship. But how we respond to these moments is what defines us. The reality is, every great success story includes moments of struggle and failure. It's in these moments that we learn, grow, and discover what we're truly made of. As Nelson Mandela once said, "Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again." When life throws us challenges, it's easy to get caught up in self-doubt and despair. We might question our abilities or wonder if we're on the wrong path. But often, the setback is not a sign that we're failing, it's a sign that we're being prepared for something bigger. A setback forces us to pause, reflect, and recalibrate. It gives us the chance to rethink our strategies, identify our weaknesses, and strengthen our resolve. It's not the end of the road, it's a detour that can lead to an even better destination. Take Thomas Edison as an example. Before inventing the light bulb, he faced thousands of failed experiments. Yet Edison didn't see those failures as the end of the road. Instead, he viewed them as steps toward success. He famously remarked, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine the perseverance it takes to see failure not as defeat, but as progress. That mindset is what transforms a setback into a setup for a comeback. Setbacks also teach us resilience. When we face challenges and overcome them, we build the mental and emotional strength to handle future difficulties with greater confidence. Resilience is like a muscle, it grows stronger every time we use it. Think about athletes who face injuries or losses. They don't give up, they train harder, refine their techniques, and come back even better. Their setbacks fuel their determination to succeed. Life's challenges often come with valuable lessons. It's in our lowest moments that we learn the most about ourselves, our strengths, our limits, and our capacity to adapt. Every setback carries a hidden lesson, a piece of wisdom that can guide us toward future success. As Maya Angelou beautifully put it, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." In the face of a setback, it's crucial to maintain perspective. It's easy to focus on the negative and lose sight of the bigger picture. But what if this moment of difficulty is exactly what you need to grow into the person you're meant to be? Sometimes the very thing we perceive as a setback is the universe's way of redirecting us towards something greater. When we view challenges through this lens, they become less daunting and more empowering. Hope is a powerful force in the process of a comeback. Even when the odds seem stacked against us, hope keeps us moving forward. It's the belief that tomorrow can be better than today and that we have the power to make it so. Hope doesn't mean ignoring reality, it means choosing to focus on possibilities instead of limitations. As Christopher Reeve once said, "Once you choose hope, anything's possible." Gratitude can also play a transformative role. Even during setbacks, there's always something to be thankful for: a supportive friend, a lesson learned, or the strength to keep going. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we've lost to what we still have, and that shift can spark the motivation needed to move forward. Oprah Winfrey captured this perfectly when she said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." The comeback isn't just about bouncing back to where you were before, it's about surpassing it. It's about using the experience of failure to propel yourself to greater heights. This requires not just determination, but also a willingness to adapt and innovate. Sometimes the path we were on wasn't the best one, and the setback is an opportunity to find a better route. One of the most inspiring aspects of a comeback is its ability to inspire others. When you rise after a fall, you become a beacon of hope for those around you. Your story has the power to remind others that setbacks don't define us, our responses do. By sharing your journey, you show others that it's possible to overcome obstacles and achieve greatness, even in the face of adversity. It's also important to remember that setbacks don't diminish your worth. Failing doesn't make you a failure. Struggling doesn't mean you're weak. These are simply experiences, moments in time that don't define your identity or your potential. You are more than your setbacks, and you are capable of incredible things. When the road ahead feels uncertain, take it one step at a time. Focus on the next small action you can take, no matter how insignificant it might seem. Each step forward is progress, and progress is what ultimately leads to a comeback. Celebrate those small victories along the way. They're proof that you're moving in the right direction. Every setback you face has the potential to shape your story in powerful and meaningful ways. It's an opportunity to demonstrate courage, to cultivate resilience, and to redefine what's possible. As you navigate life's challenges, keep this in mind: the greatest comebacks are born from the toughest setbacks. So the next time life knocks you down, don't stay down. Take a deep breath, gather your strength, and rise. Use the setback as a stepping stone to reach higher, dream bigger, and achieve more than you ever thought possible. Remember, every setback is not an end, it's a new beginning. It's the start of your comeback story. And that story, if you choose to write it, will be nothing short of extraordinary. Transform pain into power is a call to harness the difficulties we face and turn them into the very source of our strength. Life is full of challenges, and no one escapes the sting of pain. Whether it's heartbreak, failure, loss, or adversity, pain is an inevitable part of the human experience. But what if, instead of letting it break us, we allowed it to shape us into something stronger, wiser, and more resilient? Pain is a teacher, though its lessons often come wrapped in suffering. It forces us to confront what we would rather avoid, to grow in ways we never thought possible, and to find strength in places we didn't know existed. As Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." This isn't just a poetic phrase, it's a truth that has been proven time and again by those who rise above their hardships. When we experience pain, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or defeated. But pain also carries an opportunity, a chance to grow, to evolve, and to transform. It strips away illusions and reveals who we really are. In the process, it gives us the clarity and drive to pursue what truly matters. Many of the greatest achievements in history were born out of pain. Leaders, artists, and innovators have often used their struggles as fuel to create something extraordinary. Consider the story of Malala Yousafzai, who faced unimaginable pain when she was attacked for advocating for girls' education. Instead of allowing that moment to silence her, she used it as a catalyst for her mission, becoming a global symbol of courage and hope. Her pain became her power, and her story continues to inspire millions. Transforming pain into power begins with acceptance. Fighting or denying pain only prolongs its grip on us. When we acknowledge our pain and face it head on, we take the first step toward healing and growth. It's in this moment of acceptance that we reclaim our agency. As Maya Angelou so beautifully put it, you may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, how you can still come out of it. Pain often brings with it a sense of vulnerability, and that vulnerability can be a source of incredible strength. When we allow ourselves to be honest about our struggles, we open the door to connection, empathy, and support. Sharing our stories of pain can not only lighten our own burdens, but also inspire others to face their challenges with courage. Resilience is built in the crucible of pain. Every time we rise after a fall, we prove to ourselves that we are stronger than we thought. This resilience becomes a part of us, a resource we can draw on when we face future challenges. Think of it as a muscle. Each time it's tested, it grows stronger. With resilience, we learn to see pain not as an enemy, but as an ally in our journey toward growth. One of the most powerful ways to transform pain into power is to find meaning in it. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and author of Man's Search for Meaning, wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Pain often forces us to ask difficult questions. Why did this happen? What can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to help others? In finding answers, we discover purpose, and with purpose comes strength. Gratitude may seem like an unlikely companion to pain, but it's a transformative one. Even in the midst of hardship, there are moments of beauty, kindness, and love that remind us of the goodness in life. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it helps us see beyond it, shifting our focus from what we've lost to what we still have. Oprah Winfrey once said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." Gratitude helps us see the wisdom hidden in the wounds. When we channel our pain into action, it becomes a force for change. Many people have used their struggles as motivation to create something meaningful, whether it's starting a nonprofit, writing a book, or simply being a source of encouragement for others. Action turns pain into progress and reminds us that we are not powerless. Transforming pain into power doesn't mean ignoring or minimizing what we've been through. It's about recognizing that pain is a part of life and that it doesn't have to define us. It's about choosing to rise, even when it feels impossible. And it's about using our experiences to build something beautiful, something strong, and something that reflects the depth of our courage. Pain is universal, but so is the potential to overcome it. When we see others who have turned their pain into power, we are reminded that we can do the same. Their stories light the way for us, showing us that we are not alone and that hope is always within reach. Every time we transform pain into power, we add a new chapter to our story, a chapter of resilience, courage, and triumph. These are the stories that inspire others and remind us of our own strength. They show us that no matter how dark the moment, there is always a way forward. So when life brings pain, don't run from it. Face it with courage, embrace it with grace, and use it as a stepping stone to something greater. Remember, the pain you feel today can be the power you wield tomorrow. As you move through life's challenges, hold on to this truth: you have the strength within you to transform even the deepest pain into the brightest power.